The situation surrounding Jade Cargill and her WWE status has become a topic of much speculation, with a multitude of conflicting reports surfacing in recent weeks. The latest developments surrounding her injury, or lack thereof, have left fans and insiders scratching their heads as they try to piece together what's really going on with the former AEW star. Jade Cargill's injury status became a focal point when WWE aired a mysterious angle on a recent episode of SmackDown, where Cargill was seemingly attacked in a parking lot. This incident sparked a flurry of speculation regarding her availability for upcoming events. Initially, industry veteran Dave Meltzer reported that Cargill would likely be sidelined for an extended period due to a legitimate injury. He suggested that her absence could last anywhere from 3 months to potentially even longer. However, as with most wrestling news, the situation quickly became muddled with competing reports. According to a follow-up from Russell Votes, there were rumors circulating that WWE was planning a storyline involving Cargill and Bianca Belair, potentially as part of a bigger push in the women's tag team division. Meanwhile, PW Insider weighed in, stating that they had been informed by sources close to the situation that Cargill's injury was, in fact, not real and that the entire angle, including the parking lot attack, was simply a part of a storyline. This, of course, led to even more confusion. As wrestling fans tried to sift through these contradictory accounts, theories began to emerge about the reasons behind the apparent injury. Some suggested that the injury angle could be a cover for some internal, backstage politics, while others speculated that WWE simply wanted to create drama and intrigue around Cargill's character. Meanwhile, Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer Live claimed that based on his information, Cargill was indeed injured. This only added more layers to the confusion. The situation escalated further when Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reported that Cargill was officially listed on WWE's internal injury list. This list is distinct from the public-facing storyline injury reports that are often crafted for television. Being placed on this internal list generally means the talent is not available for live events, which would align with the idea that Cargill's injury is legitimate, though the full details about its severity and nature remain unclear. What makes this situation particularly perplexing is the lack of transparency regarding the actual injury. According to the latest reports, even those close to Cargill, including her friends within the industry, are reportedly unsure of the specifics. It's been suggested that WWE management is keeping the details of her injury very tightly controlled, possibly to avoid speculation or to prevent further leaks. This is not uncommon in professional wrestling, where the lines between kayfabe, the storyline, and reality can often become blurred. When you look at Cargill's history, it's not hard to understand why there's so much secrecy surrounding her current situation. Back during her time in AEW, she took several months off after losing the TBS Championship at the 2023 Double or Nothing event. During that period, speculations swirled about her future with the company, with many wondering if she would leave AEW to sign with WWE. After her departure from AEW, it was quickly revealed that WWE had arranged interviews for her in advance, signaling her eventual move to the company. Cargill has built a reputation for being very secretive about her career decisions, often keeping even those within AEW in the dark about her intentions. This knack for secrecy continues in WWE, while Cargill is no stranger to managing her own narrative. The lack of clarity around her current situation only fuels the mystery. Wrestling fans are accustomed to seeing storylines involving injuries that are sometimes exaggerated or completely fabricated for entertainment purposes. However, in this case, there is a genuine uncertainty about whether Cargill is really hurt and, if so, how serious her injury is. Adding another layer of intrigue to this saga is WWE's decision to feature Cargill in an angle just days before major events like Survivor Series and the Women's U.S. Championship Tournament. It's unusual for a company to book a talent for such high-profile matches only to pull them from the lineup at the last minute. If WWE had no intention of using Cargill for these events, it would have made more sense to remove her from the tournament earlier or avoid booking her in the first place. What's even more puzzling is the fact that WWE has a long history of staging non-contact injury angles only for talents who are already dealing with legitimate injuries. This practice is most often seen with part-time performers like Edge, Randy Orton, or CM Punk, who have had real injuries in the past but still appear on television. WWE often films such angles where the actual attacker is unseen or not explicitly shown in order to maintain the illusion of kayfabe. If WWE is staging an attack for a talent who is completely healthy, it's rare that they would show such a detailed and public display of injury. From a storytelling perspective, this angle involving Cargill raises questions about the company's future plans. If Cargill is legitimately injured, what happens to the storylines she was supposed to be involved in? One of the most significant implications is her position in the Women's Tag Team Championship division. There were reports suggesting that WWE had plans for a prominent storyline involving Cargill and Belair, potentially setting them up as tag team champions. With Cargill now sidelined, WWE is left scrambling to figure out how to move forward with the women's tag titles. Fans and insiders alike are now left wondering how WWE will handle the situation if Cargill's injury proves to be significant. One potential outcome could be WWE vacating the Women's Tag Team Championship titles, which would allow the company to create a new storyline centered around finding new champions. Alternatively, if Cargill's injury isn't as severe as originally thought, WWE might opt to keep the titles on her and Belair, with Cargill returning to action sooner than expected. The uncertainty surrounding Cargill's injury also raises questions about WWE's broader approach to its women's division. As noted earlier, WWE has historically been less concerned with the women's tag team titles compared to other championships, and it's possible that the company might not put as much effort into resolving the situation quickly. However, Cargill and Belair are two of the biggest names in the division, and their storyline has generated significant fan interest. If Cargill is out for an extended period, it could create a major void in the women's division, forcing WWE to reconsider how it books both the tag team titles and other key women's storylines moving forward. If Cargill's injury is long-term, WWE could look to use a variety of strategies to fill the gap. One option could be bringing in another high-profile talent to team with Belair or to challenge for the tag titles. Another possibility is the company opting to run a tournament or series of matches to crown new tag team champions, which would keep the focus on the titles while Cargill recovers. In any case, WWE's decision to keep the details of Cargill's injury so secretive suggests that they are carefully managing the situation to avoid spoiling any potential storylines. For fans, this only adds to the sense of uncertainty. It's clear that WWE is trying to keep people guessing, but as more reports continue to surface, it's likely that more clarity will eventually emerge about what's really going on with Cargill's health and her future in the company. As we head into the holidays, it remains to be seen how WWE will navigate the fallout from Cargill's injury and what impact it will have on the larger women's division. There's a lot of unknowns at play, but one thing is clear: the story of Jade Cargill's WWE career is far from over, and the coming weeks and months will likely be pivotal in determining the direction of her storyline. Fans will be eagerly watching to see how WWE handles the situation and whether Cargill can make a quick and successful return to the ring.